In the heart of Eneida Bay, where the pulse of innovation beats strong, one man stands at the crossroads of opportunity and ambition. Meet Thomas Foley, a dedicated resident at the local medical clinic known for his unwavering commitment to healing. But beneath his scrubs lies a mind brimming with ideas. As the city thrives, so does the potential for something greater. With the recent opening of the local mines in Eneida Bay, Thomas sees a golden opportunity, not just to treat ailments, but to create solutions. What if he could harness the power of these newfound resources to develop his own pharmaceutical company? With a vision to revolutionize healthcare in Eneida Bay, Thomas embarks on a journey that could change the landscape of medicine forever. But will he succeed in his leaps from practitioner to entrepreneur? Heyo and welcome to Build and Beautify Season 2. In this Cities Skylines modded Let's Play, we'll build Eneida Bay, a vibrant city of our dreams featuring transit-oriented development, clean energy, and deep city detailing. In the last episode, we built our first massive industrial modular build. After that, we kicked off and relaxed with Phase 5 residential expansion, complete with essential infrastructure, 2 transit lines, and plenty of walkability. So if you happen to miss the last episode, then click on the info card above or check out the entire Build and Beautify Season 2 playlist located in the description below. If you didn't already guess from today's intro, we are going to construct another industrial modular build today, this time featuring the pharmaceutical company. We will also ensure that residents can commute to work at the new factory, as well as provide the area with additional housing developments to satisfy that insatiable demand for homes we are seeing currently in Eneida Bay. So are you enjoying building Eneida Bay? If so, hit that like button, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what features you'd build in your dream city. If you can't wait to see the new season unfold, consider becoming a channel member for exclusive perks, emojis, and early access to the videos. Also, don't miss out on the Eneida Bay merchandise link down in the description. Alrighty, I am wicked excited to start today's constructions, so kick back, grab your caffeinated beverage of choice, and let's jump right on into it. Today, we're going to start our constructions by introducing another new signature building, the Pharmaceutical Company, and honestly, I think this little parcel right here would be perfect for our local up-and-coming entrepreneur, Thomas Foley. Now, I'm choosing this parcel for a few reasons. One, we can easily construct an additional subway station off the Bay Line. The Blue Line is what it's also called, should this factory find success and grow. Two, should Thomas Foley find success, this area has ample amount of space to expand on his endeavors. Which, in other words, means we can mod the crud out of this area with duplicate pharmaceutical companies, generic industry, warehouses, centers of disease control, pretty much anything. So yeah, you name it. But basically, it doesn't limit us. So I would like to start prepping this area with a basic road entryway. So let's come on in and put a few roads in to just give us a framework to work with. I am also going to immediately come in and decorate with a huge billboard, as I really loved that detail we added last episode. I felt it kind of brought a level of realism to the build as we placed 2 of them along that bypass highway that I was showing you in the intro. The same interchange that connects Cyclops Head and the entrance of the mining corporation. I've noticed though that they are still blank or white. I thought I selected a random company when we were in the Find It tool, and then I assumed when it didn't display an advertisement, it was because I just didn't have a business willing to advertise on that billboard. Now, honestly, I really don't know and I'm a bit uncertain. Therefore, we will leave those as blank billboards for now, but we will specifically choose a pharmaceutical one for this entryway. Now let's come in and add our factory, and I think I would like to add it just about probably right around here. I really feel that the factory itself is kind of more of a centerpiece of a modular build and should be up front and sort of center to the eye when entering the area. So let's come on in and let's add this factory in. Now, I have debated adding in some office buildings to this area. However, I think for now we will leave it just as is. Again, should Thomas Foley find success in his business, then it would make sense that he would then build a separate office on his property for administrative services, science labs, etc. In the meantime, Dr. Foley just took on a massive debt purchasing this parcel of land and building this factory. Therefore, it makes more sense to me that he would capitalize on every square foot and room in that factory and simply use a spare room within the building for administrative side of his company. Finally, before we move on to adding some transit connectivity to this area, let's add in some manufacturing generic industry and warehouses to bolster Dr. Foley's production line. Naturally, these additions would be a part of Dr. Foley's debt. He would specifically want to try and purchase the minerals from the mining corporation to produce into chemicals within his own business, to then further produce his medicine. It would be more money up front, however, the additional chemical factory would pay itself back by decreasing the cost of production by producing more within Dr. Foley's own business. So let's come on in and add in some generic manufacturing and warehouse buildings. I'll also probably add in a specific ore storage unit as well, as that is also a part of the production line. Now, I got up on my soapbox a lot last episode regarding my desire for a mod that would let me choose the businesses that occupied a building. Well, obviously, I'm going to get on my soapbox a little bit again. However, instead of ranting about it, I will just play a game of Whack the Growable by using the Find It tool to select a specific asset in the Plop the Growables mod. Plopping the asset down would then allow us to see what company moves in, and we'll just delete it if we decide we don't want that particular production. So yeah, wish me luck everyone then that the RNG is on our side. Alrighty, everyone, what do you think? So, for the most part, the roads are probably a little overkill, but I wanted to leave this section here in case we wanted to put some additional warehouses underneath, as well as the ability to kind of extend out here should Foley Pharmaceuticals feel the need to. I kept with a consistent color just to kind of modular build it for a sense. That way everything kind of looks like it belongs together. This this part was a little painful, but I think we did a decent job of getting some chemicals in here and ample amount of parking. Yeah, like we're gonna have like 440 parking spots with the ability to add extra. And again, I'm gonna try to aim to get as many people here via transit. So yeah, let's move on to that transit and see how the new development reacts to this and how the Eneida Bay Transit Authority is going to assist Dr. Foley in getting his employees to work. Naturally, I believe the local transit authority would be very interested in a development such as this, as it would be an opportunity to increase their own profits by providing public transportation to the pharmaceutical factory. Now, the question is, such infrastructure would be expensive. So how will the EBTA keep the costs low so the profits can be made? Well, we have a few options. One, we could create a new rapid bus transit line from our growing transit hub at the community center of Syracuse to pick up employees and drop them off at the factory. Two, we could just extend the existing BRT line that we currently have running out to the mining corporation and just kind of push it and extend it out to the pharmaceutical factory. Or three, we could build a tram, because trams are cool. What I would like to do is actually number 2, where we extend our current BRT line. However, we will actually draw in 2 stops at the subway station. One stop will be for those heading north, like sort of northwest to the mining corporation, and then one stop will be for those heading south towards Foley's Pharmaceuticals. I am going to draw in an additional bus lane though, as our growing transit hub is growing. But I won't actually place the new BRT stop in the new lane. Instead, I'm going to scooch the residential bus line that we have over to the new lane and double up the lavender colored line, which is the BRT on the same line. Now, I'm doing this honestly for a specific reason. This way, I can see just how many passengers are actually using the BRT system to ride out to the mining corporation or to Foley's Pharmaceuticals in a bit of a more organized method. If we find the line is congested, we can then upgrade just this single line to a tram road to adjust the capacity as trams hold more passengers, and this kind of keeps us from having to completely redo everything we're creating this episode. Instead, just, one individual lane. Also, don't forget, we may actually have the potential to extend the Bay Line to Foley's Pharmaceuticals as well, so this may increase the ridership of the BRT as well, or decrease it depending on whether or not it makes sense to place a stop at Foley's Pharmaceuticals. Okay, now that we have the infrastructure in and honestly pretty prepped for future capacity increases, let's finish decorating up our stops and editing some of our lines to decorate everything up nice and pretty. I did choose to put the line already over the highway. This is kind of temporary for now. If we find we need to increase the capacity up to the trams, we will probably bypass the highway and create a designated tram line that goes under the hill and into Foley Pharmaceuticals specifically. Next, a new factory would naturally draw additional residents to the area looking for employment. Therefore, we're going to continue expanding our suburbia in Syracuse by implementing Phase 6 of our development plans. And while I have grown fond of our grid tool method, this area is simply just really not big enough to accommodate that. Therefore, I'm drawing some inspiration from suburbs across Massachusetts to create weird, unique designs that are still slightly blocky and grid-like in nature. So let's try our hand at this and see what we come up with. Next, we will continue our good practice of placing in some parks and mailboxes. Because this area is smaller, I think a single park will do just fine. So let's start by placing that in, and I think I'm going to go for one of the more city-based parks, one with maybe a gazebo or something, as I might want to draw an additional transit line through this area and potentially phase 7 so residents can connect to the subway. Naturally, I think a park with a gazebo would act perfectly as a smaller suburban bus stop and point of interest. Alrighty, time to build our homes and welcome our new residents to Eneida Bay. So let's change it up a bit this time, and I'm going to alternate between our Southwest Content Creator Pack assets and our vanilla North American assets. This way we have a little bit of variety in our building styles. Alrighty everyone, I think that just about wraps up today's episode. So if you enjoyed today's episode, please hit that like button, subscribe, and leave me a comment down below letting me know your thoughts on today's build. If you're excited to see the next episode unfold, consider becoming a channel member for exclusive perks, emojis, and early access to the videos. Also, don't forget to check out our Eneida Bay merchandise linked in the description below. Until next time, I hope everyone has a phenomenal week.